you in there, Richard? Whoa! What you doing, son? I told you wanted to talk to you about something. Richard, first of all, let's get something straight here. I know some people call you Dr. Richard Dawkins, whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm just going to call you Richard. I think it'll be good for you. I told you I came here today and I wanted to talk to you about something. It might hurt your feelings a little bit, but I think it'll be good for you. Dustin, get on over here. Hi, Richard. Now, Dustin is a little bit simple, but you can't hold it against him. There. Now I'm trying to talk to Richard here. You understand, boy? All right, he understands. Now, first of all, you know about this stuff here. This is going to be your territory here, son. Now, you got your RNA, you got your guanine, you got your adenine, you got your cytosine, you got your uracil. You know about all that stuff. All right. Now, you think that the world just fell into place by like some accidents and some chemical reactions and stuff, right? I thought so. All right. So let's think about something here. If you had the world just fall into place like that, you would have to have something that would replicate itself, like they think it might be RNA. So some scientists found there's this enzyme here called TC19Z. This is kind of what it looks like here, and it can replicate it part of itself. All right. So how would billions and billions of years ago, how would life have just started going? Well, let's think about the odds of this here thing just coming together, all from like chemical reactions and all that. Let's think about it here. You got bases here, guanine, cytosine, making up a big long chain here. So the odds of each one of them being the right one would be 1/4. The same thing as 0.25, Richard. If this whole sucker right here is 198 bases long, what are the odds of it all coming together? Well, you have to take 0.25, you'd have to bring it up to the 198 power. Now, do you understand how small of a fraction of a number that is, Richard? You better, son. You'd have to take 120 zeros and then put a 619 after it. He's about to fall asleep. Don't fall asleep, Dustin. All right. Well, how many do they estimate there's atoms in the whole universe? Well, they estimate there's only 10 to the 80 atoms in the entire universe, right? So the odds of this enzyme here coming together from a random process is a greater, it's a lesser chance of happening than you going out there and picking one atom in the entire universe and it being the right atom. Do you understand the implication of that? Look at me when I'm talking to you, Richard. Well, let's think about it here for a second. From my point of view, this life was no accident, son. Yes, sit back in your chair a little bit if you need to. But here, let me tell you something. Me and Dustin, we're just some good old Southern boys. We don't know a whole lot outside of NASCAR and fishing, ain't that right?
Hellfire and brimstone.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Anyway, I feel like one thing that we do know is that life was no accident. And I'm sorry for busting in on you like this, Richard. I do apologize. You need some more toilet paper? No, I see you got some. Anyway, let's get out. Let's get out of here. We'll give you a chance to think about it. I know when you're sitting there, a lot of times you have some of your best thoughts. Think about what I said. I love you, Richard.
Let me tell you, Richard.